actually been getting a lot of questions about bonds recently, which makes me so happy because when I was an investment banker for 10 years, the largest part of my job was actually to help my clients sell brand new bonds to investors for the very first time. So I thought I would do a little series on bonds. I hope you enjoy it. For the first video, I thought I would talk about what a bond actually is. So long story short, a bond is a loan. That's it. I think the word bond is just another one of those fancy finance terms that someone made up to make things sound more complicated than they actually are. A bond is a loan. So essentially, when a company needs to borrow money, they have a couple of options. They can go to a regular bank and get a loan, like you or I would go and get a mortgage, or they can actually go and get a loan from investors like Vanguard or Fidelity. This process of getting a loan from investors is what we call issuing corporate bonds. The biggest difference in my mind between a bond and a loan is that with bonds, there is a lot more paperwork. Now, governments can also borrow money this way. When the federal government does it, we call those treasury bonds. If a local or state government borrows money like this, we call them municipal bonds. So what actually is the process to issue bonds? When one of my clients wanted to borrow money, I helped them create a detailed marketing document that disclosed all of the information that an investor would need to make a decision about whether or not they wanted to invest. So think financial information, information on the leadership team, information on what the money would be used for, any risks that there might be. So like if there's a big lawsuit against my client, lots of information. Once the document was put together and blessed by my clients and an army of attorneys, I would then share that marketing document with big institutional investors like Vanguard and Fidelity. So I would give them a little time to look it over, and then we would set a pricing date. So a pricing date is the day when I would say, all right, investors, you've all had time to look at this information. Who wants to buy bonds? Give me your orders now. And we would take orders for the bonds. Sometimes we would have too many orders and not every investor would get all of the bonds that they wanted. It was an interesting process. So not an auction, but it was a single day when we sold all of the new bonds. Now you might wonder why big institutional investors would want to buy bonds. It's because they have bond funds like mutual funds or ETFs, but instead of stocks, they hold bonds. Bonds are stable, they provide income through interest, and they're considered safer than stocks. While they might not be as thrilling as stocks, especially when interest rates were low for so long, they've definitely gained a little bit more attention now with rates being higher. So the next time that you hear the word bond, just remember it's basically a loan, simple as that.